we have a strong base of operations with 3 operating mines in Latin America, an operating mine in Burkina Faso, and a very exciting developing project in Cote d'Ivoire, no? Which is going to be our 5th mine by mid next year.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside the Markets Extra, presented by StockPulse.com. We are more than honored to be sitting down today with Jorge Ganoza. He is the co-founder, president, and CEO of Fortuna Silver Mines. Thank you so much, Jorge, for joining us today.
Justin, a pleasure to be here.
So you've had a big year at Fortuna Silver Mines. Could we kind of take it back to, I guess, the first part of the year and the news, and then where it evolved and where we stand today?
Yes, absolutely. You know, we in July, early July, we managed to close the acquisition of Roxgold. The business combination with Roxgold has created a low-cost, diversified gold and silver producer with operations in Latin America and West Africa. That was a bold move. As you know, not a lot of companies or emerging producers take that leap of diversifying geographically in the way we have done it. And the market likes to box companies as a gold producer, silver producer, a LATAM producer, or a West African producer. And us, by going across regions, jurisdictions, you know, it was a bold move. It took a lot of explaining to do, but the rationale behind the transaction and what we believe is really fundamental to add value in our business is quality assets in good jurisdictions. And you know, Roxgold had in its portfolio 2 quality assets. And a fun fact, like my daughters say, West Africa is behind China, the largest gold producing region in the world. China produces 380 tons of gold a year. And if we group the countries in West Africa, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Southern Mali, Senegal, Guinea, if we group that, and by the way, those countries would fit within the great state of Texas, no? So geographically, it's a small area. That area would be the 2nd largest gold producer in the world, ahead of Russia, US, Canada, Australia, no? So it's a well-established mining jurisdiction. And now we have a strong base of operations with 3 operating mines in Latin America, an operating mine in Burkina Faso, and a very exciting developing project in Cote d'Ivoire, no? Which is going to be our 5th mine by mid next year. So we have a diversified portfolio of quality assets. We are producing gold at a rate of close to 400,000 ounces of gold equivalents per year. That's silver gold equivalent, and with very healthy margins. Now, all of this good performance that we exhibited for the first time in the 3rd quarter was tainted in the market by the denial by Mexican authorities on the extension of our environmental permit for the San Jose mine in Mexico. No? So in a nutshell, you know, it's been a very dynamic mid to 2nd half of the year for us with the business combination, and now dealing with this issue, trying to resolve this issue in Mexico. Our Mexican asset is a cornerstone asset for the company. It's a mine that ranks among the top 12, 13 primary silver producers in the world.
Can you speak to resolving that issue and how that is going?
Yes. In October of 2021, this year, October 23rd, our 10-year environmental permit expired, and it was up for another 10-year renewal. And the Mexican environmental authorities have notified the company that they were not going to extend our permit, right? You know, in anticipation to a situation like this, because there were some mixed and wrong signals we were getting from the Mexican Environmental Agency, we initiated court actions. So our mine has never stopped operating one day since October 23rd, but we remain operating under the protection of the courts, of the Mexican court system. We have injunctions in place. So our mine has continued to operate while we are working with authorities to solve this, what we believe is a significant misunderstanding. Our company is in material compliance with everything that's required to gain that extension. Or we've been operating the San Jose mine for 10 years. We've been present in the area for almost 15. And we've been inspected every year by the environmental agency. We have, over 13 inspections over the years. And the last one took place last week. And we have never been cited for environmental damage, pollution, or anything like that. So, we are hopeful that we're going to be able to get all of these misunderstandings resolved with the authorities. We have to say that under the current administration, the Mexican government is quite sensible to social activist groups. And the area where we operate in southern Mexico, there are certainly several of those groups that unfortunately provide misinformation. They inundate the electronic media with misinformation, right? And but we have a good track record of inspections by the authorities, we are in material compliance, and the courts understood that and granted us injunctions, and we're expecting that hopefully in a matter of weeks or days we can find a resolution to this, to the satisfaction of all parties, right?
Jorge, you come from a mining family. I believe you're a fourth generation miner. Can you speak to this challenge in the context of all of that experience that's been handed down in your family?
That's a good one. Because yeah, you're right. I'm the fourth generation, and I have 4 brothers, and 3 of us are in the business as well. I am a geological mining engineer. I studied both careers. And I have to say that this one, the challenge we're facing in Mexico today has to rank up there with the more challenging ones I have seen and have dealt with. But something that speaks about the situation very clearly is the amount of advocates in government that we've been able to get behind us. The governor of the state of Oaxaca, the Secretary of Economics, the Secretary of Government, of course, the Canadian Embassy, a strong advocate for Canadian business, and congressmen, senators in Mexico. All of them advocating for us. And they wouldn't do that if they knew or even perceived that we were a company that did not operate under the highest standards. We meet and exceed the law. And we couldn't get all of that support we were at fault. No, so we again are very hopeful that this is a matter that can resolve. It's been quite challenging. I myself been personally supporting the team for the last 3 months in Mexico. We have a really strong and capable team in Mexico. But this is a material issue for the corporation, and I've gotten involved, and I've been lending support to the team personally. I'm very involved, and telling the story, and making sure that all of these interests eventually get aligned, right? And again, this is a government, as I said before, that's very sensitive to social issues, environmental issues, and rightfully so. That's something that we support. The problem is when the authorities start listening to some of these anti-mining groups and NGOs. From the moment you start saying that I am anti-mining, there is a problem, right? And there are a few of those groups advocating and active in the area. But the authorities, of course, need to listen to them, but also listen and understand the facts, no? Not just the noise. And they have the facts because they've been auditing us for years. So I am comfortable and confident that all of these issues are going to be resolved. These are technical issues. And it's just it will take a bit of effort and time, right?
Jorge, any closing comments that people need to know about Fortuna Silver?
We are going to start exhibiting the strength of the combined business with Roxgold. And as I said, I was really looking forward to share that with the results of the third quarter, and that was tainted by this issue in Mexico. But we have taken our sales from $80 million a year in the third quarter of last year, no? So quarter to quarter, we've taken our sales from 80 million to 162 million. We have taken our EBITDA from 40 million to $75 million per quarter, while we retain an EBITDA margin of 46%. We're producing about 65,000, 70,000 ounces of gold per quarter, plus 1.72 million ounces of silver. And on top of that, we produce byproducts, zinc and lead, which, with these inflationary pressures, we're seeing very nice commodity base metal prices, right? So we're benefiting from that as well. So, we have changed the face of the company. We are operating 4 mines, soon to be operating 5 with the addition of Séguéla in Côte d'Ivoire. So we have a robust growth pipeline, meaningful production, low cost, high margin. And that's what I'm really excited about. I never seen the company with so much strength. We manage our balance sheet cautiously. We have a low debt to EBITDA ratio of around 0.5. So, I'm really looking forward to start exhibiting that and communicating that quarter after quarter. No, we're not going to be putting the horses in front of the carriage. Sorry, the carriage in front of the horses. And we're going to be putting out these quarterly results and communicating aggressively. And hopefully, in a matter of weeks or days, we can have this issue in Mexico resolved. No, that's an expectation.
We've had the honor and privilege of sitting down today with Jorge Ganoza. He is the co-founder, president, and CEO of Fortuna Silver. Thank you, Jorge, for joining us today.
Once again, a pleasure to be here.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Inside the Markets Extra, presented by StockPulse.com.